Okay, so we are Don McLeod, Robert Park, I'm Rob Rohr, and Renise Sugita, and we're a TPL Hackathon Accessibility Team. We're THAT, we're all that. The problem we have is, the information that we have is massively exploding. In order to deal with the amount of information we have now, we pretty much need to have technology as a mediator between us and the information that we're trying to find. The current predominant interface assumes you are sighted, you have movable fingers, it's not accessible. So one method to increase the ability for everyone to get access to the information is to change the modes of interaction. We specifically looked at helping blind people who still have hearing and the ability to speak to interact with the catalog directly with speech and have the catalog interact back with us with speech. It doesn't help everyone. If you aren't able to speak, if you aren't able to hear, this is not necessarily the mode of information. But to add this mode of information should help access to the catalog, and in general, show that it's possible to do this for any application. If you can interact with it through speech, then maybe when you're doing things while crossing the street, you don't have to look at your phone, you can talk to it and not get run over. So our decision to go with this is because the speech recognition that's available now is improving quite rapidly. You've got your Google Go, you've got your Siri, you've got your Cortana built into operating systems on PCs and on phones, and all of the processing of the speech is offloaded into the cloud, so you've got some serious power, some serious speed in turning your intent, your vocal intent, into text and then processed. So we decided to break it down into you speaking to the computer saying, hey, computer, I need some help with this, in various ways. The OS takes that, sends it off in the cloud, turns it into a text string. The text string is passed back, and the request, in our case, since we were using Windows 10, Cortana is sort of a general broker for the whole computer, so there are a bunch of apps that could be speech enabled. So first you have to say, this request is for my app, TPL library or catalog, and then ask your question. So the request is compared to services available, and then it's broken down and compared to the tasks that are available within your service. So once that query is broken down, we actually parse your intent and build a query that can then be passed on to the catalog, which is then returned as a record set. The size of the record set is generally returned, and then you decide is either to navigate through that or filter it some more, and then once you say yes, this is what I want, then a format is returned in your intended format. Okay, Google, sorry, not Google Go. These are a few more details of what I've already gone over. We decided when querying the catalog, there are multiple ways to do so, there are multiple query languages to do so, but we could just build URLs, send them to the catalog sends back either a web page or RSS. We use RSS to then create a parsable sense of what's going on, and yeah, so we go for the RSS data stream. You are told you have 36 results. I need to wrap it up now, so yes, I'll go with those 36 results. Process it, generate a page. These are some examples of Cortana showing the available types of queries that could theoretically be processed if we had more time, which we are out of. And there's an example of the parser that turns natural language into product. Don wants me to make noise. I don't know if I could make noise right now.
We really can't make that part.
Okay, so.
Finding Harry Potter.
I couldn't get it into overhead speakers. That's Finding Harry Potter would be if you said, find Harry Potter, it's Finding Harry Potter.
Wow.
So there's a French language, and which I think means I'm restricting my results to paperbacks, but I'm relying on Google information back. So, thank you very much for your time.